What's up, y'all? Take a seat. We're gonna talk about Elden Ring Nightreign. Now, I just want to preface this entire conversation is Elden Ring was the first Souls-like game I played. I played a little bit of Lies of P, but Elden Ring and the DLC are the only Souls-like games I played. I haven't played the other ones. I respect the other ones. I've seen videos, I've seen other gameplays, but I have not played them myself. So everything I know from this genre, from this type of game, is from Elden Ring, and I don't think that's a problem because Elden Ring is in the title. It's not a DLC, but it's definitely an addition. So let's get into it. First off, my overall thoughts, my first thoughts, my initial thoughts, my all the thoughts in the beginning of the thing. I'm enjoying this game so much. It can get repetitive if you really get into it. It's not perfect by any means. There's definitely stuff I think that needs to be added, but overall, I am having fun when I play this game. For me, like I said, Elden Ring was one of the first initial Souls-like games I played, and I feel like it's just me personally. I had fun in certain moments, but your boy got too much ADHD. It's too open world, if that makes sense. I got too much freedom. I like my handheld, all right? I'm gonna admit it. I like my handheld. Depending on where I'm at, depending on if my little niece or nephew, depending if my girl, depending if my fucking parents. Sometimes your boy like to be swung every once in a while. But it didn't hold your hand, and I know some people love that, but your boy got lost. All it took for me to see an enemy, see an open door, see a tunnel, see something, and now I completely forget what I was supposed to do. I forget all the quest lines, the direction I was supposed to go. Your boy got lost. So this is a good light version of that entire interaction for me. I know where to go. Everything is marked on the map. I know what I need to do. I know what is where, and I know where I need to be going. And I love that part about it. I still get the same feel. It's most of the same enemies. It's the same structures. It's the same, type of map. First of all, them adding the boost jumps and the wall climb and then the no fall damage, greatest thing they could have added to this game. That makes Elden Ring so much more fun because I know if I can get somewhere, I don't have to go a whole roundabout, convoluted way to get there. I can just find the cliff, find some stairs or some stacked stones, and get to where I need to go. I love it. Thank you for adding that. But going back, this directs you where you need to go. It gives you a taste of Elden Ring. It don't give you the whole entire deep Souls-like open world, gotta find the lore, gotta read item descriptions, the whole entire basket of knowledge that you gotta sort through yourself. It's basically straightforward. Land here, fight bosses, level up, get weapons, all that stuff. You don't got to do quest lines. There is quest lines, but we'll get into that later. You don't got to do all that extra stuff. You literally fight bosses, pick the weapon you want, and keep it pushing. I love it so far. I hope they add stuff in the future, and that's what this video is talking about, what I do and don't like. It's not perfect, like I said, but overall, this game is fun, especially when it comes to playing with friends and all that kind of stuff. I'm not even going to get into it being 2025 and then no game chat. That's criminal. That should not be accepted. I understand they don't make multiplayer games, but if you're going to dive into it in their crisp year of 2025, why is there no game chat? You limiting, like, it's not really fun to play with randoms because of no game chat. Like this, you really got to communicate. You can mark on the map, but it's not really worth it if I can't talk. Like, hey, my ult coming up, boom, stick them and move, get out the way, let me blow them up. Get it together. So with that being said, let's get into the overall gameplay. It's been qualified as a roguelike. Again, have not played that, not dived into that genre, so I don't know how it stacks up along those routes. But in my experience, I don't even know how to say it. It is repetitive. The gameplay is repetitive, I will say it. It does get old. It doesn't get old when you trying the new bosses, but if like you get stuck on the boss and like keep going and going, like the enemies they are technically randomized, but after you play about 10 or 12 different separate games, whether you win or lose them, it gets very repetitive. It's the same map. You do got the shifting earth events, which I think is very good when you know where to go and know how to explore them. But the main one that I get is the mountaintop of the giants with like big snowy snowfields or whatever you want to call them. If I didn't have a tour guide and some random people showing me where I need to go, like I would have no idea what to do. And I know that kind of falls under the whole entire premise of Elden Ring and like you got to figure your way through it. This game does not give you the time to figure that kind of stuff out. That storm, I don't know about you, I love and hate it. Yes, I get the point of it. You can't just have a whole map at all times. You got to get to where you got to go. But that storm be creeping up so fast, and I feel like it don't last enough time. I feel you should be able to change the timing of the storm depending on, like, it should scale. If you want longer time, you get harder bosses. But sometimes that storm just be coming out of nowhere, and if you don't get the right storm cycle, like it's on Fortnite, you can't even explore some of these areas. But overall, it does change out the enemies, which I do like. It's not always the same thing when it comes to the same boss. Even the different Night Lords, it does cycle them out. So I think there is a good amount of boss rotation, so it doesn't get completely repetitive. So when it goes, so like I said, some of them, and it's not all Elden Ring bosses, which I love so much. One, they didn't recycle any of the final bosses. Good for them. That would have made the game much worse if they recycled the final bosses. I respect that they added a lot of the same bosses from Elden Ring, and I think there's like Dark Souls 2, but I don't know that. I didn't, like I said, I never did play with the other ones, but don't exactly know where some of the bosses are, but they're different. They change them out. Do we want to talk about Bellbearing Hunter? No, we're gonna wait. He gonna haunt my dreams. I'm gonna think about him later. We're gonna wait till later in the video. But they do cycle the bosses out. There's some that I've seen. There's some that I haven't seen. There's some they brought back that I never expected to bring back, and they left some out that sometimes I'm kind of glad they left some of them out. But it changes up. It's randomized, and every camp, every encampment, every castle, everything, it changes up. So it's not exactly the same, which is nice. But the overall flow of the game, land here, get your flasks, get your camps, get your affinities, get your weapons, upgrade them, don't upgrade them, fight the boss, repeat. It kind of repetitive when you play over and over again, but keeping the gameplay loop the same is it gets you used to the map. It lets you know where to go. It lets you kind of understand your feel when you get in, get out, and do what you got to do. Now getting into the character presets. This, I think, is a very good addition they added to it. Instead of making me create my own character and figuring out the attribute spread and all that kind of stuff, they give you characters of the different builds that you probably would have ended up in Elden Ring with anyway. So they got Wilder, which is kind of like a all-around type strength, dex build. Basically just an all-around person. They can use really any, like, big weapons, small weapons, all that kind of stuff. They got Guardian, which is more of a, what his name say, big bird guy. Shield, Vanguard, up front, big weapon, big shield, stop the damage, get in the way. They got Iron Eye, which was my first main that I did all the, remembrances and all that kind of stuff, which I'm pussy. I'm not gonna lie. I like to stay back and let my friends fight and just offer support, get some call outs. So Iron Eye is more of the, the dex, got the bow build, stay back, call the stuff out, mark the people, do what you got to do, but you definitely out of the action. They got Duchess, which I have not played with, but he's like int build, kind of small daggers, got some good utility, doesn't maybe not put out too much damage, but is very good for adding affinities to the different builds and the different whatever you got to do. So you got Raider, which that's big boss. He up front. He big hammer. He unga boonga. That's what they call him. That's what that actually was my build when I had my Elden Ring playthrough. And then they got Revenant, which is the summoner. Obviously, people love or hate summons in this game. Summons are pretty good. Have not used her yet, but she is definitely one of my characters. Definitely next on my list. You got the Recluse, which is more mage build, like kind of a like a dark mage, which I had another playthrough where I played. It was, put all the attributes into intelligence and faith, so you can do all the different spells and the incantations. And then you got the Executor, which is more of the Sekiro samurai type dex, heavy dex build, heavy bleed build, those kind of things. So I love all the different characters. They can all do the different things. I'm not really going to go deep into each one of them and like the character skill cooldowns. Like I said, I haven't spent all my time playing every single character. I mainly do Wilder, Iron Eye, and I played a little Raider. I'm probably going to pick up Recluse next just to see what that kind of build, because you can definitely do some crazy damage with those incantations and stuff. But each one gives you a different little feel to it. The alts, serve different purposes. Everything, it gives you a different feel, so you pick up different weapons, so you're not just getting the same weapons and like making that gameplay loop repetitive, which it can easily get. But if you're switching out characters, especially different bosses different characters work better with different bosses, especially when some of them are really weak to certain poisons, fires, all that kind of stuff. So certain characters give a better utility with those kind of things. So I love the characters. I hope they add more in the future, or maybe a custom one. That could be cool. But what they have so far, I think, is a pretty good start of what they can do. And then they also give us different costumes, which is not. I swear to God, if they add a marketplace, I'm going to lose my mind. They don't have it so far. Everything is in-game currency. I don't even know if you can buy the in-game currency, which they need not to. If you're not going to give us game chat, don't give us a way to buy in-game currency. Make it good enough to where we got to work for it, but we also can spend it. We don't got to work. We don't got to grind 40, 50 hours just to get one skin. Like that's a little much, but don't let us buy it with real game money. That will ruin the whole thing. FromSoft, if you're going to be different, stay different. Now, let's get into the map. We need more of them. We need different ones. This one's not gonna cut it. It's not gonna cut it. I get you changing the locations of certain camps and stuff like that, but this is not gonna cut it. You either need to switch it up a lot more, or like I get you adding the shifting Earth events, and that's kind of the way to transition the map. But I think I saw this on a Gino Machino or like some kind of Elden Ring content creator. I may have to find it if I can. I'm sorry. Give us each different biome inside of Elden Ring. Give us that map. So we need a mountaintops map where it's like hella frost. They give the shifting earths of these different biomes. I understand, but give us an entire map of it. Y'all got the money. Y'all got the time. Y'all can do it. I promise you. I need a Scarlet Rod map or a Kalit, aka Florida. Just we in the lands between, we on Limgrave. We got the basic map. This where everything. This where you start. This where everything is. We need a mountaintops of the giants. That little madness area that traumatized me and made me almost not want to play the Elden Ring DLC. We need that. What else we got? We got just a dungeon map. We got the Volcano Manor got its own part of the map. Like we need all those different biomes that they took so much time to make so beautiful in Elden Ring. Give us an entire map of that. Please. You can do it. Because this gameplay will continue to get more and more repetitive and more repetitive if you don't change up that map. The shifting earth events are cool, but depending on how either who you with, people that don't know what to do, or I've gotten lost and damn near lost my run because I'm trying to explore the Volcano Manor like shifting earth event, and I can't. I don't know what to do. I don't know. I don't got the time. You basically got to throw a run just to experience, just to explore and go to where you want to go. So give us a new map. I get it. I get the game just came out. I get it. I get it. We early in the stages, but let's just get these thoughts rolling. Let's get these ideas out here. Let's get them. Let them know this is what we want. This is what we need. This is what should happen. Now let's get into the bosses and the enemies. He's back. You see him? This man is a menace. The bell-bearing hunter, he was so easy to beat in the regular Elden Ring game, and they must have whoever created that character must have felt disrespected that people were beating his character so much, because there's no way he is such a menace. Whether you see him in the overworld, he's just a boss under the castle or something. Whether you see him as one of the night bosses, whether you just encounter him somewhere, like he has a problem with you and you're going to help him solve it. I don't know if he's got problems at home. I don't know if his daughter don't want to talk to him no more. I don't know if he's been fired from his job. I don't know if he gets bullied online. Something had to happen in his personal life that he takes it out on us every single time. If you see him before the second half of day 2, walk away, because you're not gonna have a good time. You're gonna lose levels. You're gonna lose runes. You're not gonna have a good time. I can't give him no more time in this conversation, but the bell-bearing hunter, I don't want you to nerf him. Keep him how he is. I love it. But that's the biggest comeback of any character in this entire game. But going into the different bosses and enemies, like I said, I mentioned before, I'm glad that they rotate. There's like 3 or 4 rotations of the enemies in the overworld. So when you run around in a different, like the structures are the same, but the enemies inside of them do kind of rotate. Some rotate less than others, but it's a good rotation, and I hope they keep adding more. There's so many characters that they've added to this game, and with so many characters or like different enemies inside of Elden Ring, so they added a lot of them to it. I know there's so many different FromSoft games that they've made. They got such a big pool, and I'm hoping that they come later in the DLC. But different bosses, personally, I have not fought every single boss. Hands up in the air. You got me. All right. I'm still early in this game. Like me and my boys, we play, but we don't play all the time, and sometimes we ain't got that kind of time to really grind and get this shit together. So, have not beat them all. I will show you every single one I've beaten. First one we got is Gladius, Beast of the Night. Obviously, if you haven't beaten him yet, you might as well just try to refund the game. It did take me a while. I'm not gonna act like I'm good or nothing, but it took me a while. But that is the first one you got to beat to unlock all the other ones. So, beat him. Beat Adele, Baron of the Night, big gaping jaw, big boy mouth, nasty teeth. You can smell his breath every time you get grabbed up by him. We got Noster, Wisdom of the Night, basically Mothma and Godzilla is what I say. Irritating, but doable. And that's one of the ones where you need a ranged character, because that moth just be flying around being irritating, throwing sleep on you, grabbing you up. I got webbed up like 3 or 4 different times in one game. I kept trying to dodge, but he kept sleeping me, and then just giving me poison and just tickling me with his little insect tentacles. It gave me the shivers. And then we got Maris, Fathom of the Night, aka Amoeba, aka Duck in the Smoke, because all he want to do is fly around and just throw water on you and stuff like that. Dude, freaky deaky, put you to sleep. Got real Bill Cosby vibes. I don't like it. And then these are the ones I have not played yet, but I want to. I'm kind of scared to. Not gonna count. Libra, Creature of the Night. He looks creepy. I don't like it. I don't like Madness as a whole, as an entire thing in this game. But you got to do what you got to do. Fulgor, Champion of the Night Glow. He looks tough. You got to respect a good Minotaur. Centaur, not Minotaur. Centaur. He looks tough. Can't wait to fight him. Don't know what his moves are. He looked terrifying. Caligo, Miasma of the Night. Don't know much about him. Obviously have not gotten that far. Big Dragon. I mean, I've killed a lot of dragons, so he's just gonna be next up on the list. And then Yolstar, the Night Lord. He might be the big bad, but he ain't seen me yet. So when I get to him, just know it's gonna be not Radonfell. It's gonna be what I don't even remember his name. I beat him so bad. It was the Elden Beast and America. King Merrick, I don't know. His name is irrelevant because he's dethroned and gone. So don't worry about. I don't even care about his name. I beat him in 2 tries, bro. Forget you. Goodbye. I ain't even get rid of him. Delete him out my mind. He's useless. But yes, played them all. Well, haven't played them all, but it does shift in the night. So I keep saying like these enemies and stuff, it gets very repetitive. I have not played all the different enemies that are in here, but each one has a cycle of different night bosses that are very interesting to play. Some of them from Elden Ring, some of them from not. But all these bosses are really cool. I'm glad they're all different and all new. I love the concepts. I love fighting them. I love seeing their different moves. I love when they go into the second phase and you see like a whole new level of them. I love them. Hope they add more, but I don't want them to add 2 more. I do like how now they're kind of adding like a buffed up version of them, like weekly. So it just gives a little difference, gives you something to work for, changes it up a little bit. But I do hope they add more in the future, which again, I think this game is great right now, very fleshed out, very thought out. It's just after a certain amount of time, they're going to have to start adding more so it doesn't get old and people stop playing it. Finally, y'all like Bash. You over here talking all this shit, giving all these opinions and stuff like that. What would you actually change? Let's get into it. This is what I think needs to be added in the future to keep this game fresh, to keep this game updated, to keep people on here playing and not get bored with it. First off, different maps. It doesn't even have to be completely different. Literally, just give the different biomes of like the Halleck tree. Just little stuff. Literally, give the biomes that are already in the game. Every single section was beautiful. Every single one of them. Just give us something like that. Not just the shifting earth events, but an entire map in that feel of the different areas. Kaled, Madness map. I don't know the names of them. Underground areas, the whole Noxtella, that whole entire area, like all these different biomes that they created that were so beautiful. Give us those more than just the shifting earth. The shifting earth is a good thing though. I'm not saying that's not bad. I'm not saying that's not enough. It is great for what it is. It's just kind of goes into the next thing. Either give us more time or give us a way to add more time. Like those events, like I can't is Elden Ring. You have to explore to figure out where you want to go, and I just feel like there's not enough time if you don't know what to do already. If you don't have somebody that already has the map knowledge, but you basically have to throw a game to give map knowledge. Next, why? Again, why? 2025, is there no game chat? When did that become acceptable? You're not Nintendo. You can't do stuff like that. Why is there no game chat? Figure it out. That messes up the experience for solo players. Everybody always don't got a team of 1 or 2 other people on the game at all times. Why is okay, that'll get into the next thing, but game chat, please. Game chat or text or like either some type of chat. It don't got to be voice chat. Just type. Just let me type something. Let me communicate with the people I'm in war with running through this map, please. And these two next, they kind of go hand in hand. I don't want too much newness with them or too many additions, but I do think a couple are warranted. I think a couple more characters very far in between would be very good for this game, just to add a little bit of difference, just more variety in the different play styles and stuff like that. But I don't think there's too many different kind of play styles and kind of builds you can make in this game, honestly. So they got most of the bases covered, but I do think there's a room for 1 to 3 more. And also bosses. I don't want it to be a whole catalog of different bosses, but they already have a great amount so far, especially for people like me who don't play that often and don't beat them every time. I do think it's a good amount, or they can just continue to do what they do and just kind of alter the bosses, give them like an affinity, change up their weaknesses, or do something different for them for like different events for a designated amount of time, what they're kind of already doing right now. So I think those are kind of where we want to keep it some type of newness in the future, but not too much to just make it too much, for lack of a better word. Now, with all that being said, I love this game so far. I wouldn't be sitting here having this conversation if I didn't enjoy it. I wouldn't put this kind of time in if I did not enjoy it. So, if they add any of those things, I think it'll just be keep putting this game over and over to the top. It's already very good. It's already very fun. It's just a couple tweaks that could make it perfection. Perfection, like mwah, a French cuisine. Give it a Michelin star. So, I love this game so far. If you agree, if you disagree with some of my takes, please add it to the comments. Let's get the discussion going. Let me know what are your thoughts on the game. If you're deep into the Souls-like genre, this is your first roguelike, Souls-like, let me know what your thoughts. Beginning to old, young to new, experienced to amateur. Let me know how you feel. Let me know if you agree with these takes. And let me know what other game is. Look at my channel. These are games I'm really putting the time in. But if you think there's another game I should go, take a deep dive into, talk about what I like so far and what I think could be added in the future, let me know. And I'll definitely put some, play it a little bit and see what my thoughts are. Appreciate y'all for watching. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. Shout out to y'all for supporting me. I hope y'all enjoy these videos. Shout out y'all again. Hope y'all having a great day. Thanks for watching the video. Deuces.